So this random idea just popped in my head the other day and I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to do a video about this. This is something I want to talk about because sometimes I just think of random things and I'm like, I should do a video about it. Like, I don't know. So I was thinking the other day about hobbies versus passions and like, what is the difference? Like, or is there any difference? And I definitely think there is a difference. And so let me ask you a question. Is writing for you a hobby or is it your passion? Writing for me is definitely a passion, and I think it definitely is different from it being just a hobby. And I think the idea for this video actually came from when I was like doing my taxes, and it's like you can label your writing like as a hobby and you can like file your royalties one way, but if it's a business, like you have to file it a different way. And for me, it's definitely going to be a business, so I had to file it the different way. But I was thinking, you know, writing is not just a hobby for me. It is definitely a passion for me because it's something that I just can't imagine like not doing, right? Like it's just my thing. Like it's something that I have enjoyed doing since I was 8 years old. I loved creating stories. I've loved writing. I've always loved writing. Even though I waited like 40 years to publish a book, I have always been writing and it's always been my passion. And maybe it like started out as a hobby, but I definitely think it became a passion, or maybe it just always was a passion for me. So what do I mean? Like, okay, I'm going to look up the definitions of it and see. Hobby. So a hobby is an activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. Okay. But then we go for the definition for passion, and passion has a lot of definitions, so let's scroll down and find the right one. An intense desire or enthusiasm for something. So it kind of sounds similar, but yet it's also different too. Like, for me, like, crocheting is a hobby for me. I would not consider crocheting my passion, and this is why. I love to crochet. I've done it. I taught myself how to crochet. I actually haven't done crocheting in a while, because, you know, I just do it every now and then, but when I was really, like, into crocheting, I would learn how to do different stitches, and the ones that were, like, really complicated, I just didn't have any interest in learning. Like, it just... you know, like I just really struggled with the granny square. Like it didn't matter like what tutorial that I did, you know, whatever, like however I did it, like all the different kinds of granny squares that you can do. Like every time I did a granny square, it just turned out okay. Like it never really was like really pretty and I just could not get it right. And I just kind of just gave up on mastering the granny square because it's just so much easier to do the single crochet. And that's like what I just find enjoyment doing. I loved sticking with that stitch and that's it. But that's, to me, that's a hobby because even when there's things that are hard, I don't want to push myself to do it because I don't really have to, you know? I don't really have to do a granny square. I don't have to do those complicated crochet stitches if I don't want to, and I don't want to, so I don't, you know. I'm just going to stick to the, you know, what I enjoy doing. But like, writing is different. Like, writing is something I enjoy, but is writing hard? Yes, writing is hard, and I keep doing it. Like, even when it gets hard, I keep doing it. And I think that is the key difference. When something is hard, but you keep doing it and you keep loving it and you keep trying to get better at it and you can't not do it, basically. I think that defines the difference between your hobby and your passion. So do you agree with that? Like, I think that's a good way to really sum it up. You know, writing can be something that you just enjoy doing from time to time, or it can just be something that you just have to do, right? So yeah, writing has always been a passion for me, and I've always known that I wanted to write and to be a writer. Like even when I was 8 years old, I remembered thinking that I wanted to be an author. I do remember thinking this, and I had picture books in mind then. I didn't have novels then, but in my 8-year-old mind, I wanted to do different picture books, and I had like a couple of ideas, and I just wanted to see my name on a book. Now, I've not published any picture books. I've written some, but I've not published any. Maybe that's something I'll consider doing in the future. But the point is this: since I was 8 years old, I have loved writing. And it's always been something that I have come back to. Even when it's hard, I still come back to it, and I still enjoy doing it. And just, other things like crocheting, that's just a hobby for me, I mean, I'll do it from time to time, and it's like, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything if I can't crochet, right? Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna miss out on anything. I'm not gonna, be really upset if I can't ever crochet, for the rest of my life. But if I couldn't write for the rest of my life, I would be devastated. So that is definitely the difference between a hobby and a passion. So let me ask you this, like, what do you consider writing? Is that writing just your hobby? Just something you like to do from time to time? Or is it your passion? Is it something you just absolutely have to do, can't live without it? That's definitely me. Alright, I'm going to wrap up this video, this little short video. Hope you don't mind. Sometimes some videos are short, some are super long. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. See y'all next time. Bye!